So in this video I'm going to be unboxing the Klipsch R-50M. This is part of the Klipsch reference line, which is below the reference Premier line. I mean, these just came out, and they are kind of a more budget bookshelf speaker that you can get from Klipsch that are cheaper than the, I think they're called the R500Ms. Now they have the R500M Mark II, which is, I guess, their higher end bookshelf. This is a more competitively priced bookshelf speaker from Klipsch, and let's unbox it and see what it looks like. So I've been really looking forward to getting a pair of Klipsch on the channel. To be honest, I've never actually listened to a pair of Klipsch for any prolonged period of time. I chose these mostly out of pure curiosity, and I've heard so many good things about Klipsch and how they're, they got their famous horn-loaded driver, tweeter, and more upper end. They have complete horn-loaded speakers with the likes of their Heritage line, with the La Scala, for example. Some people rave that they're like incredible. I've never heard a set of those, but I guess this is my first foray into Klipsch, so I'm pretty excited about that. So you see, you are now part of the legendary Klipsch story. You got that there. So what do we got here? We got some documentation. It looks like a user manual, probably some warranty information. Boring stuff. We got some styrofoam. Let's lift it out. So it's pretty simple. So let's pull one out here. 1, 2, 3, here we go. That's pretty much it. There's just another speaker here. I'm just gonna unbox one for now, and you can kind of get the point, and then I'll show you how to set it up. It looks like it's finished in a nice black veneer, as you can see. I wonder if these are magnetic. They are magnetic. So you got magnetic grills, a little bit of foam to protect the drivers, and there you can get a good view of the traditional Klipsch drivers would come in the copper color. Even the tweeter itself, if you look closely, has a copper color. Horn-loaded waveguide over here, and you have these speakers are kind of made to be used with or without the grills. If you use them without the grill, you also have the Klipsch and reference logos there written in copper color, just to match the whole motif of the speaker. This is a very attractive speaker. It's got decent weight. Probably say maybe 10 pounds. You got some pretty solid looking binding posts. It looks like they're 5-way binding posts. So it looks like you can put a spade, put the bare wire straight through, or banana plugs in there. Pretty simple. Looks like there's some kind of thread here to hang up the speakers a little easier there, which is nice. And looks like the porthole is in the back. So this, given the rear port, you're gonna have to be wary about speaker placement maybe, but I guess we'll see how they sound closer or far away to the wall. But yeah, that's basically it. It's a very, very beautiful speaker. Very excited to set these up, and I'll show you how to do that now. If you're finding this video helpful so far, it'd be really great if you can give this video a like, and let's keep on going. I've made a few videos with in this room. I have a set of GoldenEar Triton 2s. These are the original Triton 2s, not the 2 pluses. These I would kind of consider reference quality speakers for sure. I'm not gonna expect to get the same quality sound out of the Klipsch speakers, but I'm just showing you what I usually what I usually use in this room. I'll be coming from that perspective. I'm going to be using an Onkyo amp down there. I have my RZ8030 and my vintage Macintosh stereo, which I have set up to run on a amp switcher down there, which allows me to switch between amps really easily. So I'll go ahead and set these up. First thing I got to do is remove the GoldenEar speakers. This kind of goes without saying, but since these are bookshelf speakers, you're going to need a set of stands, or actually a bookshelf or some kind of surface to set them on. Again, you can put them on brackets on the wall if you want, but in this case, I'm going to use my go-to speaker stands, which I use for testing my bookshelf speakers. And they're actually pretty inexpensive. I'll put a link to them if you're interested. I think I bought them on Crutchfield. I forgot to mention this in the unboxing, but the speaker does come with some kind of like a little bit of padding on the bottom. Almost looks like a wine bottle, like cork material. Yeah, cork material. So you got a little bit of cushioning there, so the speaker won't slide around as easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect this, the right speaker real quick. I'll show you how to do that. I mean, it's pretty simple. I'm gonna be using banana plugs, but you can go ahead and connect them however you want. When you have banana plugs set up there, I highly recommend them. I have a video which shows you how to use banana plugs, and I'll put a link of that, but super simple. Just, I'm done. Speakers are connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect the left speaker now. And I'm gonna just quickly connect the left speakers real quick. Super simple since I have banana plugs, and there you go, all done. I guess one more little tip, you wanna make sure that the speaker is kind of centered. If you're using a speaker stand like I am, just make sure it's nice and centered on the stand. You can even use some double-sided tape or something if you want to make it feel more secure. Since I'm just keeping these just to test them, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to be very careful. But again, I kept them about, if you look, I have them about a foot away from the wall right about now. So that's kind of like my starting point from distance from the wall. I think that's a pretty standard amount of distance. It's a good place to start. Now I'm gonna just make sure that they're about the same distance from the TV. Looks like it's a little close on this side. So I think I'm gonna take the speaker on the left out about 6 inches. And then I'm gonna see how they sound. I shouldn't mention, I guess in the unboxing, I didn't mention, I believe it's a 5-inch mid-bass driver or a 5 1/4 mid-bass driver. So it's a pretty compact speaker. Got the big horn waveguide there for the soft tone tweeter there. And if you look closely at the horn tweeter, the actual tweeter itself has a waveguide. It's kind of like a waveguide within a waveguide. So I just hooked up the Klipsch R-50M bookshelf speakers, and my first impressions are they present a really solid sound stage. They're clear up to medium to high volumes. They have decent bass. I'm gonna say, you know, the 58 hertz that the Klipsch claims is about right. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on your room. I felt that the bass that it did reproduce was very tight and accurate. They didn't seem boomy. In fact, I felt that I'd need to push them a little closer to the wall. I started at about a foot, and I'm about, you know, maybe 8 inches away from the wall right now. I think that did help bring out a little more body in the bass that they do reproduce. You have to mind your expectations when it comes to a speaker with a 5-inch woofer. They're not going to be bass monsters. No one. I would probably, my guess is, I think these would be best paired with a subwoofer. I'll probably pair them with. I actually have a Klipsch subwoofer that I'm going to pair them with, and see how they sound. I did feel that the sound stage was nice and open and rather large, and I did feel that they did produce a good center image. But again, I've only heard 2 or 3 songs on these, so this is just my initial impressions. But so far, I think they're a really solid deal at $400 a pair. Now, I guess the biggest question people ask: should you buy the R-50Ms, which are a new speaker, or should you just pony up for the extra $200 to get the R500 Mark IIs? Again, I haven't heard the 500 Mark IIs. They're part of the reference Premier line. I guess it pretty much boils down to your budget. From what I've heard so far, I think this is a very competent speaker for the money. I'd recently reviewed a pair of Polk Audio, the R15s, I believe they're called. Now, those are $200 a pair. I think it's worth the delta. These do sound a little better. I felt with the Polks, you were getting better bass extension, but they're a little more sloppy in the delivery, so to speak. These are a little cleaner, a little more refined. I think they do, so far from what I've heard so far, they do live up to the reference name. Again, this is just a first look. This is just kind of like an unboxing first look video of these speakers. I'm going to come back with my full review later on when I've lived with them at least a while. I put them through their paces, watched some movies with them, watched some TV shows with them, listened to all different kinds of music, and I'll be able to give a better opinion. Probably also take some measurements, pair them with the Klipsch subwoofer that I have, and be able to give you my full opinion. If you found this video helpful, it would be great if you could like and subscribe. It helps the channel with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have any questions about the speakers, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.